Yo, what up? It's Donut, and you tuning in to all your Illuminati news. We got a big broadcast for you today. Before we start, please smash that like button, share the video out, and put a 1 in the comment if you could hear me okay. Hopefully, I have audio this time. The last time, it took about 6 minutes or so, 7 minutes for the audio to come on. So we got a big show for you today. Madonna is shooting lasers out of the bunghole and doing a performance in the toilet, the Illuminati toilets. People thought it was crazy at first, but we're seeing in the simulacrum, we're seeing the freaking toilet takeover, which is connected to the United Nations 2030 agenda of goal 6 of water sustainability, but it's going to be actually about scanning your anal print and getting full control over you, which people absolutely want. Now, this video will not be about the toilets, even though Madonna is shooting out lasers out of the bunghole in her new Thanks for Coming. We titled this Prepare Before June 29th. Right now, we're in a lull. It's a get your ducks in order stage because June 29th, CERN will be shut off for the Mercury retrograde and things are going to get crazy. June 29th to July 4th, I mean, it's going to be next level. We got a bunch of big rituals happening with the FIFA or whatever, Qatar World Cup. We got the UFC fight happening at the White House. There's going to be a lot of stuff to cover, but today we're going to be covering The Escape from Freedom. It's a book that I am reading and just released an article on it, mixing in the naughty website statistics of 2025 and how psychologically people are hypnotizing themselves through a authoritarian algorithm, nudging people through a hypnosis gooning program, an MK Ultra hypnosis gooning program, to love their servitude that Aldous Huxley talked about. And it's quite interesting, this escape from freedom. Eric Fromm, part of the Frankfurt School, wrote about this and even gave solutions to the positive freedom. So there's negative freedom and positive freedom. Freedom from and freedom to. So America broke free from the bondage of the British Empire. And then humanity has not been able to really move into freedom to explore, freedom to be an individual, because most people do not want freedom. We saw it during the lockdowns. Who locked you down harder? Was it the totalitarian tiptoe toilet technocracy? Or was it your next door neighbor yelling at you for not trusting and following the experts? So the tiptoe back into servitude goes into a Hegelian dialect of the master-slave dynamics. And we talk about this very deeply. I mean, it's a rated R essay. Click the link below and read it. It's going to be part of a new book I'm writing right now. The Illuminati Toilet book will be released hopefully on National United Nations Toilet Day, November 19th, the day after the Illuminati founder died on the 322 day of the year. So hopefully it's released by then, but we're already starting on the next project. The Book of the Damn. Yeah, I'm writing a book. It's an erotic book called The Book of the Damn. Paying homage to Charles Ford's Book of the Damned. What is the damned? Thank you so much. We got a super chat. Want to say thank you, and feed that kitty cat very, very quickly. Eat it up, Chan. Eat it up, Chan. Thank you, Sute, for the $5 super chat. Says thank you for being you, donut. Oh, that is very kind of you. And that is actually part of the solution, is to, get into the individualism. So the reason why people escape from freedom and move back to fascist tyranny is because they're scared of standing alone, being themselves, the anxiety and responsibility it comes with the freedom from, let's say, the freedom from addiction, the freedom from the god of alcoholism or whatever it is. Moving into a freedom too takes responsibility. Freedom takes responsibility, and the masses do not want to be responsible. They do not want choices. This has been proven in studies where they did these freaking algorithmic studies on people on social media doom scrolling. This is why TikTok reels and all that is the worst thing for you. It's the absolute worst. And I'm terrible at making reels because I like the widescreen look and I like the long story format of cinematic movies. But the attention of a goldfish of society is escaping from freedom algorithmically because the algorithm will not give them a choice. It'll choose for you. So you wake up, you check your phone, and the algorithm is choosing your destiny. Most of society loves this because it escapes the personal responsibility of individualism, of choosing your own path. Yes, so it gets deep. They've done the studies. They've done the freaking studies, and we cover it in the article, and I'm going to go over as much as possible of this damned information. The damned means the information that is left out. People leave out a lot of stuff. People leave out the toilet information, and now we're going to be bringing in the mantis erotic information. Wow. In the Book of the Damn. That's what it's going to be called. The Book of the Damn is freaking nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But let's get into this Madonna thanks for coming video. All sexual manipulation because it's the #1 bioenergetic life force to all society, to nature and all that. And people are willing to get executed over the sake of thanks for coming. We see this in fascist states where if you do something naughty, you will be executed. And this execution does not stop people from engaging in relations. So it is a life force energy, a libido energy that Sigmund Freud talked about, who was very much dismantled through the translations of his work, and academia and the Vatican don't want you to know about this stuff, the psychology aspect, which is a new field of research. Even the orgone energy of Wilhelm Reich. He has been manipulated in his studies. The National Socialist, you'll see a socialist, tyrannical fascist connection to all this servitude. The socialist burnt his books in Germany and America. The only regulated book burning that ever happened in America was because of his works, and people will blame it because he coined the term the sexual revolution when he was absolutely against the hijacking of the debauchery and pushing the sexual revolution, because that was a negative armor, muscle armoring of society. So it gets deep psychologically, and it's all tied to a fascist takeover of a repressed society. So let's get into Madonna, who's tapping into the debauchery, tapping into the lasers coming out of the bunghole, tapping into this suppressed, repressed society who's begging for servitude, and it is all in this music video. This music video showcases the psychology of society wanting to return to utero, wanting to return to womb so they're safe from the responsibility. But what they're returning to is a Sophia citizenship AI MILF robot to enter to that womb to escape freedom. Yeah, so let's show you some of this Madonna music video right off the bat. And let's not forget that this manipulation started way before 2021, but The Aroused Genitalia music video was promoted during the lockdowns on public forums like the Grammys, showcasing the aroused genitalia of Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion showcase the wetness to a society through the blue light frequencies. They can't match up with the simulacrum, the ideal image that's pushed through the billboards of the Kardashian clan and looks maxing, which is a tiptoe into the 2040 mergence of man merging with machine. Man merging with machine, tiptoe through body modifications is all there. That's why the #2 search in the naughty websites is sort of connected to that. But the search engines, I'm not even going to break this information here because it is too damned. It is too damned. But what happened to the naughty websites? People were looking at something on the naughty websites prior to the lockdowns. During the lockdowns and right after the lockdowns, it switched. The roles reversed, and there was a switching of what people worldwide were searching for the erotic fantasies. And it goes into the psychology of society wanting to return to the womb where it's safe from individualism. So you can get that right now. Click the link below. Get the digital escape from freedom, how loneliness is accelerating the algorithmic tyranny. I think that's what I called it. What I called it? The authoritarianism. It's rated R. It's a rated R essay. But make sure to click the link below. Once you click that link below, you spend the $5, $4.99, or become a YouTube member. You're also getting all the articles that we're writing in the Space Barada era, where we're going beyond the secrets, expanding the horizon of creativity, individualism, philosophy, all the wicked smart stuff. You're going to get the Illuminati toilet research. You're going to get the full 100+ page documentation of the toilet research. You're going to get the trickster archetype books. You're going to get the blue light frequency sex recession books. You're going to get all the essays plus banned exclusive content as well. And you support the channel. So please become a member today and get it, because it's absolutely awesome. And wait till you get the book of the damn. So Madonna right here, it showcased the toilets. They're in the bathroom, the forbidden private room, where it's the only room where there's a secure lock, vacant or not vacant, because of the nastiness of the human poo-poo and pee-pee. So people cover that up. So the bathroom is very symbolic. It's in Stranger Things. If you watch the show Stranger Things, that's where all the coming out parties happen in that show. And even Stanley Kubrick, Illuminati movie, starts off in the bathroom with Nicole Kidman taking a pee in the bathroom, but goes back to even Alfred Hitchcock, who understood the Freudian psychology of the different stages of development. And so in this music video, she is wearing the blue, which I believe is connected to Kali, the goddess Kali that devours you in this Confessions 2 film. They're in the bathroom. I'm not even going to show you what's going on. I do not know how this is allowed on YouTube. I have no idea how it's allowed on YouTube. It's absolutely not suitable for anybody. It is like, it's very naughty. It's very, very naughty, but they're in the toilets. The toilets are very popular, but look at the words, what they're saying. Sabrina Carpenter's in there. We'll show you how this is involved into the servitude for the new AI robot. That's where it's all going to. In the show Metropolis, the robot right here on the left, devouring everybody, is connected to the mantis, because the mantis As you can see, this is the other side of the robot doing the mantis pose. And there is the robot right here. This is all slow predictive programming through some symbolism of the mantis devouring the male and then being consumed. And so men are actually searching to get eaten and consumed to return into the woman, which is what is written about for the 2040 Homo Deus, a brief history of tomorrow, where man will be merging with the machine. And through the symbolism of fascist symbolism, Wilhelm Reich already went over all this on the psychology of fascism. You got the Kardashian clan promoting the debauchery, as she was a naughty star, which introduced people into the internet more so because of her leaked naughty tapes. And then her husband at the time, Kanye, has been promoting nothing but fascism and being a cuck. So the mixture is very, very much connected. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Honey Love. Honey Love 2379, send a super sticker. Let's feed that kitty cat. Make sure the kitty cat gets wicked fat and wicked, wicked smart. Look at that kitty cat getting plumped up because of you. Thank you so, so much. The symbolism of fascism, according to Wilhelm Reich, the Swazi was two people doing it, intermingled. And as much as a repressed society is through the orgone energy, the more these occult symbols, the sigil magic, can take over the mass psychology. And the masses lean left. The masses are socialist. The crowd ratio, the group collective, the hive mind loves these socialist symbols that the National Socialists were using. And what it's doing, it's the return to the womb, like in the Matrix film. Even the Gnostic film of the Matrix, which is this Gnostic religion where the Old Testament God is evil, the Gnostic film even goes into Sophia. Sophia being wisdom and Sophia being the first robot citizen of Saudi Arabia. And so this is all interconnected. This is an interconnected, methodical, century-long play. Not for you and me, for millennials. I don't think it's for us. It's more so for the generations before us who will be born. And right when they're born, they're going to have the Neuralink technologies already in them. It's not for us. It's for the future society. So let's get into this Madonna music video. Let's show you the bondage, the BDSM. BDSM has organically risen in the ranks of the search engines of the statistics. First, it's lesbian. Lesbian is the number one searched because of the 38% of women now enjoying the naughty websites, but men are also watching the lesbian information, which psychologically, I believe, goes into more of a voyeuristic consuming phase. There's been a switch in the psyche soul of society, but we get into that in the essay. It's a little too raunchy for YouTube. But them wearing the BDSM stuff is the master-slave dynamic. It is the master-slave dynamic that people want because it's one symbiotic unit. Nobody is an individual. Somebody always has to be above somebody else, inferior. But those two things are the same side of the same coin. They work together because they're trying to escape from responsibility and loneliness. It's very, very deep. And we're tying in this wicked smart stuff from the 40s and with the 2025 naughty statistics. I mean, what a fun synchronization that is. So check this out. Right here in the beginning, there's a narration of safety in numbers. That's the collective. That's the ratio. That's the group crowd mentality that the individual flees from and escapes from the freedom of standing alone and moving in with the crowd and what the crowd believes. And this is where most of society has always been, because they cannot graduate from freedom from to freedom to. So the safety in numbers, this is psychological, highly psychological warfare happening for people watching this. They have no freaking clue how deep this goes. The safety in the collective is the feminine, the crowd. Even Adolf Hitler talked about how the crowd he talked to was feminine and stupid. He said stuff like that the crowd's feminine and pretty much dumb. And so that's what the crowd is. The crowd is a feminine entity. The ratio, the collective, the likes, that's a feminine entity. It's a polarity. And these polarities of man and woman, the switching of roles that is on all these TV shows, is leading to a battery deadening. If you charge a battery with the wrong reversal of the polarity poles, the battery won't work anymore. And mankind's battery, paranoid Americans call me. I'll call him back. I'm going to say, I'll call you back. Anyway, safety in numbers, group collectiveness, it begins with consciousness. They're showing you beginning with consciousness, and they're showing her matrix. You know what the matrix is? The matrix is the womb. They're showing not the womb really, but the genitalia as the beginning of consciousness. This is very deep. This is very, very deep. Beginning with consciousness. They understand the human consciousness. And then you see the laser going out of the butthole. But the most important part is, what are they chanting? To the people that don't understand symbolism and are getting this ASMR utero sound through the beginning dialogue of this movie. It says, we will be one. We will be one. The group collective. There's power in the numbers. We will be one. It is the pluribus, safety in numbers. Safety is key, because you gotta say fuck safety. Like, safety, give me liberty or give me death, foo. And the we will be one, pluribus stuff. Right here you can see the lasers coming out of the butthole, but it says we will be one. We will be divine. We will be divine. All the spirits, spiritual warfare. And then they got all the lasers coming out. And this is probably predictive programming for something for the June 29th agenda as well. I don't know what it is, but you do got the green lasers going off. Something about to go down. All of the spirits are all intertwined. You become one world brain. You become the pluribus. You be part of the AI. That is what the noosphere is about. That's what the Masonic world brain's about. That is everybody leaving, joining the AI, plugging into it, becoming one. That's what this is all pushing for. And right here, it's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. What is the soul? The soul is the psyche. It's good for your psyche because it's scary being responsible. So to be safe, you need to go into the smart city. That's what it's about. Deep down in the psyche. The soul is the psyche. And then right here, it says freedom. These are words being used to manipulate the masses that are watching this. So this book I'm reading, Escape from Freedom, very, very good. Then you got Sabrina Carpenter in it. Why did they choose the girl who loves her servitude? She's been promoting the bondage servitude for a long time. I even got in trouble during the lockdowns talking about her. I had got in trouble. I swear. It happened. It happened. But that's how you know you're on to something. It's when stuff like that happens. But this is all symbolism in the consciousness where the body's buried, because she is the mantis that is going to consume you, just like Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue as well does the same type of poses. just like Andrew Tate. All of this is a PSYOP, psychological operation worldview for you to accept your submission. And her wearing the blue is connected to the Kali. Look at the eyes popping out of her skull with the Sampaku. This is symbolism. You see the Sampaku eye. What other channel? You know we're early here. We covered the Sampaku eye first. Everyone's talking about Sampaku Taku. We covered the Sampaku first. We covered the Mountain Dew first. We covered the toilets first. We're early here. We're early. And the Sampaku is the 3 whites at the top and the 3 whites at the bottom. She's got the psychotic Sampaku eye. I've been documenting this. All the podcasters, anybody who wants to get into the algorithm, they utilize this because it is symbolism to affect the psyche. Joe Rogan's podcast is literally the symbol of 2 lightning bolts, which is a socialist symbol, and the Sampaku eye on the pineal gland, where the connection to God is. It is symbolism. And Bonnie Blue, who made it very popular, #1 video on the naughty sites, wearing the blue, is Kali. So you see Kali with the Sampaku Taku as well, with the tongue out, wearing the blue. This is diving deep into psychology through symbolism of the devouring feminine. See the devouring feminine? It's just like the mantis. It's the mantis archetype. This is very symbolic for people to return to the oceanic feeling of being one. Yes, that's what it's all about. That's what the MK Ultra Gooning hypnosis programs are about. In this essay, we cover the hypnosis gooning programs that are happening worldwide with ASMR. ASMR, you probably heard of it. It's where somebody like whispers into the microphone because it is making you feel like you are back in the womb. That's why it's so popular. And it's very deep. What's going on? It's very, very deep. What's going on? It's all about connecting back to the womb. Somebody pointed out Paul McCartney's turning 84. We've been looking at an 84-year-old ritual to go down, a sacrifice. So we're just putting this out there because somebody commented. Shout out to whoever commented. I got it saved. I'll give you a shout out in the next video. But we're looking for an 84-year-old sacrifice to go down on the world stage, especially for the helical rising of Sirius, August 12th. Okay, let's move on. Steven Spielberg's got the new movie coming out, Disclosure, which is going to be good. Going to watch that. What's this article? We're going over some Illuminati news right now. You got the FIFA World Cup happening. We'll look into that ritual. That's a huge ritual. You got all these deep fakes happening as well of AI videos. Big part of it. Killing the mood. Smartphones reduce birth rate, study says. And we've already covered the blue light frequency. There's a population collapse happening because of the social media death cult being anti-natalist. And we go over why the population is collapsing. They're saying it's because people don't drink alcohol. That's the reason they're blaming it on. So they want people to get drunk and do more alcohol. But we go over the damned information of the blue light frequencies. And look, we are just so freaking early. We are so early because they never tied in to the smartphones reducing the birth rate. But they're not saying what it really is. It is the blue light frequency lowering the testosterone. So they're probably watching the channel and stealing the information. But this is all connected to the rise of fascism. This is all connected. You can watch my Sex Recession and the Rise of Fascism documentary that we made about 10 months ago. But this essay is an updated version. It's much better because I got maybe 1 or 2 lines that I don't agree with anymore wrong into that research. So, yeah, It's all friggin' connected, from looks maxing to the mogging stuff. That's connected to the simulacrum of the Kardashian clan. Um, I'm not going to get too much into it. You got to check out the article because it gets deep. What we're looking out for June 29th is the Mercury retrograde, where this is where things are going to start shaking up. Things are going to start getting wild. Right now, it is a lull, and you got to prepare for it. Then July 2nd, this is strange because I've been covering July 2nd being the 182 day of the year, and it's changed. I swear, a Mandela effect happened because now July 2nd is the 183rd day of the year. I've made tons of videos in 2023 where July 2nd, National UFO Day, 7/2, the 182 day of the year. And I swear there's a Mandela effect right there, or they're trying to manipulate the source code. I don't know what's going on there, but just notating that's freaking weird. But maybe I was wrong the whole time, so I'm going to look more into that. That's pretty crazy. But we got these conjunctions happening with Uranus and Gemini on July 4th. That's when it's happening on Independence Day. So it's very connected to war, the Revolutionary War, Hiroshima, the Civil War, all happening during this Uranus and Gemini conjunction, which is happening on July 4th. I'm looking out for July 2nd just because it's National UFO Day. And look out, I'm going to be podcasting with Courtney Turner on Friday, I believe, and even Matt Ehret with his new documentary. We got a lot of cool content coming up. I really appreciate everybody. Please smash the like button, share the video out. It's Donut. Much love and God bless you.